A very warm welcome to all of you in another episode of Youth Series Awakening Together. My name is Priyanka, and in this series, we explore ideas on finding purpose, peace, and happiness. Today, we take a step forward in understanding spiritual knowledge and value. And our topic is how to build a harmonious relationship. Today, we have with us Biki Dinesh, who will help us understand our relationship better and how can we make it more harmonious. A very warm welcome to BK Dinesh Manchanda.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's so wonderful to be back.
Very nice to have you back, BK Dinesh. And talking about relationship, what come to my mind is like love. It is such a wonderful and a beautiful feeling, which keeps us all motivated, uplifted, charged up. But then, why it has become such a source of suffering in today's time? Can you just throw some light on it?
Absolutely. So, you just answered your own question in a very beautiful way, where you said that love is a very wonderful and beautiful feeling, but how it has become our suffering. Why relationships are made? Relationships are made so that we can have a good exchange of the energy of love, because love is a very fulfilling and uplifting energy in itself. If we pay attention to our own system, to the world outside, and to the larger cosmos, everything in this world is nothing but love. Right now, your breath is in love with your body, so it's flowing within it. Your emotions are in love with your system. That's why you're feeling that pleasantness. It is all the synchronity and the symbiosis of these different entities which are working together, which is making our life happen. So there is nothing at all without love. But
Yes.
love only converts into suffering when we switch and swap the foundation of our relationships from being that uplifting force and that enhancing force to something where we begin to extract happiness from the other person, where I have this delusion that love is not about sharing my own happiness with the other person, but extracting my happiness from the other one. It is only when a human being loses his or her own completeness and tries to fill that gap, or tries to fill that emptiness by taking something from somebody else, then it becomes a suffering. And why it becomes a suffering? Because if you see the world where we are living, everybody is asking for love. We all are standing like this: give me respect, give me acceptance, give me love. But
Yes.
if we all are asking, who is going to give?
No
But
one is.
if we have lost that connection, if we have lost that union with our own self and with the source from which we are made, right? We have lost that touch from our origin, from the very core of our existence, then how I am going to experience that natural love and happiness within me? Until the time I do not experience it within me, I cannot share it with the other one. Love is a beautiful feeling, but that first has to flow from the very core of my own self. Till that time, I will not be able to experience love in its wholeness. I can then go out and share it with other person. I can't be sitting empty hearted. I can't be sitting hollow and then expecting somebody and to come and fill that void in me. Love is not about extracting something from the other person. Love is only about sharing that beautiful energy with that other person, so together you can enhance the experience of life. So love is something which we already are. Love is something which is the basis, which is the root, which is the foundation of this beautiful life experience which we are having. So, first, I need to be connected to the love which I internally have, and then I can go out in the world with a desire to expand my love and offer my love to others to enhance their life, not being an empty vessel and seeking love from others so that I can feel good or I can feel that little pleasantness or I can survive well. Then, then that there is that misconception of love which generally people develop.
So love is our true nature, and we don't need to have get it from someone. We have it with ourselves. So first, it's very important
Yes,
we find it within ourselves first.
yes, absolutely. Love is not something which we need to seek. Love is something which we are made out of in a way. It is something which can only be exchanged. It is something which can only be shared,
Yeah.
and then it can flourish, and
Right.
then it can make us do wonderful things with it. But
Yeah.
it is not something which I can go without having in my own self to others and then expecting them to give me,
Yes.
because they can give me that love, that pleasantness for some time, but they can't provide me that same feeling all the time, because today, the kind of time we all are living in, even the other person doesn't have it enough. He cannot go out just extracting love from others, just extracting happiness from others. It
Very,
has to come, it has to flow, and it has to generate from the very core of my own self.
very beautifully you have mentioned this, BK Dinesh. And now in today's time, individuals are seeking, running behind love, and they are literally losing their own identity. And they're going to this 360-degree shift in their lives, in their appearance, in themselves, completely just for the other person's acceptance of the love, and which is eventually making them more miserable. So I will really want to ask you, when someone is seeking for a relationship, what should be the purpose? What should be the basis of when you go out and look for a relationship? What should be your main purpose behind it?
Very, very important question for today's generation. Uh, I see a lot of people using a particular hashtag called couple goals. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
I want you to understand it. A relationship or an affair or a marriage cannot be a goal in itself. I want you to pay attention on this very, very practically. It is not a goal in itself, but what you do with it by imbibing it in your life, that can decide your goal, that can decide your purpose, right? Being married to somebody and then making that marriage work throughout your life and just putting efforts and efforts on the same thing is going to only make you feel very, very purposeless, right? In India, if you see, the weddings are also conducted in a very pious and in a very holistic way, right? There are beautiful mantras and havans, and it is looked at something that two souls, two these different individuals are coming together to build a purpose, right? What is the purpose of us coming here in the world is something which we need to ask ourselves and not somebody else. If we go deep and ask ourselves, we all will know very, very clearly that our inner core, our inner life energy is yearning to know the truth. We are all yearning to understand what life actually is, right? Our physical nature of existence seems to have a very certain kind of functionality. We know that we are born and we die. And if we look at only our physicalities, then life sometimes does not seem to make complete sense. Only when we look at ourselves on energy level, only when we look at the eternal nature of our existence, we understand that it is a continuous process. We will always have a life. This is just one small, what you call it, a section or part of the entire journey. I am just changing bodies as I change costumes. So, understanding the nature of that life energy, how is that life energy formed, from where it has come, and where it will go, is the purpose of us being here. How can I go back from ignorance to truth of who I really am, is the purpose. It is up to you that if you want to do and understand that journey and understand that process individually, or if you think that another person can come into your life and your physical, financial, emotional, societal needs can be met, and then you both can together, by fulfilling each other's needs and then coming together, and then you can walk that path together of the truth, of understanding the very truth of our life, of who we really are. So it is all about that. Marriage or a relationship is not about that you have that person and then now you are relying on that person for your well-being or your happiness all the time. No, it is about how you both are whole in your own self, and then you come together for a higher purpose, for a purpose which is not superficial but more closer to our ultimate truth. It is not about extracting something from the other person, but it is about that companionship, or it is about that coming together, a partnership, and realizing the purpose of our life together. Right? Rather than making that coming together a purpose in itself. How can it be a purpose? You ask somebody who has been married for say 10 years, they will easily, clearly tell you that being married is not a goal in itself, right? What you do with it, or what you do with that beautiful union, is the purpose.
So relationship is a part of your life and not the whole life within itself. It's not like that. You as an individual matter a lot, and you need to be, it's very important that you be independent, not just financially or career wise, but even emotionally, mentally, even lovefully, and in every aspect. So that you share it with the other person.
Yeah, and if you are awakened to your higher purpose, and if you are awakened to your higher truth, and if you have the desire of knowing your reality to the entirety, you will also help your partner for the same, right? So it is, that's why it is called companionship. That if you are benefiting from something, if you are now aware of your inner being, then you also help the other person to be awakened and to be living in the absolute truth of who we are.
Beautiful. So it's a companionship and not a dependency. And when you see a potential of your own growth.
Yes, it's about shifting our life experience from survival to enhancement. We are not here to survive. Why are we only yearning to just survive? Your human being has a capacity to do so many wonderful things. By using these beautiful relationships, by using these beautiful resources, we can shift from surviving to a life enhancing process.
Yes. Dinesh, thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful insight you have given. I'm very sure our viewers have very much benefited from this deep, beautiful insight you have given on relationship. Thank you so much. I hope you all have benefited very much from our today's conversation. If you have any queries or any question, you can put them in the comment lobby below, or you can WhatsApp us on our number and we reach out to you very soon. See you soon in another enlightening conversation where we together evolve and explore in this beautiful journey of awakening together. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.